Hey guys, my name is Melissa. You might recognize me from the Book BFFs channel, and that's because Lindsay and I decided to move over to this channel, The Muggle Struggle, so that we can talk about all different stuff and not just books. And we decided to call it The Muggle Struggle because obviously we still love books. We're going to talk about books on this channel, but we are just two people in their mid-20s that are just struggling through life, trying to figure out what we want to do with our lives and just figuring out everything. And I think that's pretty relevant today. I feel like a lot of people are in that situation. I started getting an idea for this video a while back because I noticed Lindsay posted a picture of her mom on Facebook, and the caption said something like, "My mom thinks that she's not pretty and this is ridiculous." And then we started talking about it and she was like, like, I look like my mom, so does that mean that I'm not pretty? And I started thinking, because my mom says this all the time too, she's like, I'm fat, I'm ugly, and my mom is like, honestly, 100 pounds, if even that. And so I'm heavier than 100 pounds, and I'm like, well then, am I fat because she's thinking that? And I realized that this starts out at a young age. We look to our moms and our older sisters and our aunts and all those people to see how we should look at ourselves. And so most women don't think that they're beautiful or don't think that they're enough or good enough, pretty enough, any of that. And so when we see that growing up, then we think that we're not good enough. On top of obviously like media and what the world tells us we should think. But I think mostly what our parents, what our moms and the people that we're close to think, that really affects us because we look up to them. Because I was thinking about it the other day. My friend just had a baby, and she didn't just have a baby, she's turning 1 in September, and I was thinking, now, what happens when this baby is 14, 15 years old and beyond? We're going to be her role models. And I thought about all the times that we're putting ourselves down and saying that we don't look good, that we're ugly and all this stuff, and I'm like, we can't do that around her. We have to be the positive role models. So I think it's interesting how as life goes on and you get older, like now I'm seeing it from the other point of view, and I want to make that conscious decision to be a positive role model in everyone's life. And hopefully if I ever have kids, I will do the same for my own. I think it's really important. I think moms need to understand too that everything they say and think, their child will hear it. Their daughters will definitely pick up on it. And it doesn't matter how old you are, because I'm in my mid-20s and I still hear my mom saying that she thinks she's fat, and that still affects me. So I think, even if you're just out on the street, if I just say, oh my god, I'm so fat, in the dressing room, and there's somebody in the stall next to me, they might start thinking about that themselves. And so I started looking up stuff online and just kind of seeing what other people were thinking about body image and self-image and all that. And I noticed there's something called body image, and then what is the other thing? Oh, body healthy is like the new thing. Because they were saying online that people that are heavier should not be like, oh, I'm beautiful no matter what size I am, because that's not healthy. And so you should, instead of saying body positive, you should say body healthy. And I honestly don't know where I fit on the scale of believing that, because I think even if you're trying to get healthy, you should still feel positive about the way you look. There's nothing wrong with you, but I think that it is important to be healthy. So I like the idea of everyone working towards healthy, whether your healthy is, more muscle and more just like a little bit bigger, then that's fine too. But I think that it's important to eat right and exercise and all that stuff. Like, that's a big thing in my life right now, is being healthy, because of my health situation, I don't really have a choice. I was wondering what other people thought about that. Do you think that that the media should be promoting body healthy, where it's all about being your personal healthy, or do you think it should just be body positive in general? No matter what size you are, you should own it and be happy about it. The one thing that I do really like that the media is doing is we have some celebrities that are really trying to fight this negative body image thing that's going on in the world right now. We have Jennifer Lawrence, and I think somebody else did this, where they had a Photoshop picture of themselves and then the regular picture, and I think one of them even had like a time lapse or something of the Photoshop, but it showed how crazy the people that make magazines and movie posters and all of that can physically change the person through a picture. They can take out fat, they can take out zits, they can take out like anything. They can make the person not even look like themselves. And I think that's really important that we understand that everything we see in the media is Photoshop, because like that's unattainable. We will never reach that, and I guess the media wants us to never reach it, because then we may buy more makeup and buy more clothes and we spend more money on all these things that they're selling. But it's really like important to understand that when you see that, you're never going to look like that, because even Jennifer Lawrence doesn't look like that, and I love her for doing that. And if I can find it, I'll put it in the link down below, because honestly, like, it's just insane that we try to become these things that we can't. And then the last thing I want to talk about is how we view ourselves and how the world views us, because I think we are way too hard on ourselves. So all of these things, on the regular, I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, oh, why can't I just have perfect hair? Or why can't I not have hips so that I can wear this dress and look like it does on the mannequin? Or, you know, why can't I have a better chin? Which sounds stupid now that I'm saying it out loud. But these are things that we think. And so then I started dating someone recently, and he would start saying like, you know, I really like your hair, or I really like this and that. And he started saying, I like all these things, and they were all the things that I hated about myself. And I was just like, okay, hold on a second. Maybe I'm not looking at myself correctly. Maybe I'm like seeing stuff differently because I'm being so critical. And I think that really was like a turning point for me to kind of just like accept what I look like, because maybe it's not so bad. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe like when you're finally really happy and in a good place, those things don't really matter. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just like, I think all the things that you pinpoint in the mirror that you don't like, don't knock them, don't try to change them necessarily, because there might be somebody out there that's perfect for you, that's what's going to attract them to you. So, you know, I don't know, just be yourself. That's really all I can say, because like this was the first time I was myself, and I found somebody that appreciated it, and it's like, wow, he actually likes who I am and not who I'm trying to be. So yeah, just be yourself and own it. Be happy, figure out who you are, and just enjoy life, because honestly it's really short, and it's not worth worrying about these things, because when you're 80 you're not going to look like this anyway. So you want to be surrounded by people that like you for who you are, and you want to find those people when you're younger so you can enjoy your life, you know. But yeah, I don't know. So I don't really know where I was going with this, but I just wanted to open up the discussion to everyone. Let me know what you think about anything that I talked about, like if your mom has influenced you positive or negatively about your body, how media has affected you, and what do you think about body positive versus body healthy, because I still don't know what I'm thinking towards that, and maybe I'll make a more in-depth video on that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this a big thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you liked it. You can follow me on Twitter at HarleyBearBookBlog, and I will talk to anyone, so see you later. I don't know what I'm saying. Bye.